As you look at this image from the 1940s, what do you see? Where is this? Who's in the picture? What's going on? Here's a hint. Do you recognize the large building in the background? Ah, the Cut, with Morewood Gardens in the background. It's amazing to see how much our beautiful campus has changed over the past 70 years. But what is this photograph of? In 1943 and 44, the Carnegie Institute of Technology hosted 1,900 U.S. soldiers on campus to educate them in the fields of engineering and linguistics. Taken from the top floor of the CFA building, this photograph depicts students in the Army Specialized Training Program, or ASTP, marching to the music of the Kilty Band with proud community and student body members looking on. Today, I want to talk about the role that the Carnegie Institute of Technology played in World War II. I will begin by describing what the Army Specialized Training Program was and why it only lasted a few months. I will then introduce you to one soldier who is in this photograph and explain how his legacy lives on today at Carnegie Mellon University. In 1942, General George Marshall recognized that the military needed soldiers trained in advanced areas of medicine, engineering, and linguistics to help the Allied powers defeat Adolf Hitler's war machine. Through consultation with experts in higher education, General Marshall created the Army Specialized Training Program. This program took high IQ soldiers and put them through rigorous courses to ensure that the U.S. Army had qualified professionals in the field. Carnegie Institute of Technology President Robert Doherty helped develop the engineering curriculum used across the country in over 200 schools. The soldiers' weekly schedule included over 55 hours of scheduled classes, study time, and drill. One semester of curriculum was compressed into an 8-week term. After completing 1.5 years of accelerated studies, each soldier would have earned a bachelor's degree and been promoted to the rank of private first class. However, most of the ASTP soldiers would only complete 1.5 terms because all able-bodied young men were needed for the buildup of strength for the D-Day landings at Normandy. These soldiers never finished the program, received their degrees, or received promotions. They were shipped off to Europe, and many were killed. General Marshall and President Doherty were upset that the program was virtually shut down, but the Army needed warm bodies. One of these soldier scholars, who was taken from Carnegie Tech and thrown into the hell of war, was my grandfather, Frederick Allen Fauner. After studying engineering for 7 months at Carnegie Tech, he was sent to more basic training and then on to Europe. On his 3rd day of combat, he was seriously wounded by German artillery shells and spent 2 months recovering in a hospital. This was not a million-dollar wound, though. He was sent back to the front line where he saw unspeakable horrors that haunted him until his death. After the war, he was treated for PTSD, and he was able to put the horrors of war behind himself for the most part. He raised a wonderful family with his loving wife and encouraged his children and grandchildren, myself included, to follow their dreams and do good in the world. My grandfather inspired me to be active in the arts and to contribute to the intellectual discussions of the day. He selflessly mentored me and taught me how to love. 2 months before his death, he gave me the Bible he carried over his heart during World War II. This is one of the greatest gifts I have ever been given. Even though my grandfather never knew I was accepted into graduate school at Carnegie Mellon University, he knew I would never settle for less than the best, because that's what he taught me to do. Today, I'm fulfilling my grandfather's legacy by becoming a Tartan and working to change the world. We as a community of Carnegie Mellon sons and daughters need to remember the sacrifice paid by so many of our fellow Tartans that has enabled us to be here today. When we change the world, we must do it in the honor of those who left our beautiful campus for the horrors of war and for those who never made it home.